This is the Pepsi Postgame Show. Final score is William & Mary 70, South Carolina State 65. And we are now joined courtside by Kayla Rolph, a career-high 21 points, 8 of 10 shooting. It seemed like just one of those days you got it going early and it kind of fed from there. Just your thoughts on the performance.
I mean, my shot was just going in. My teammates were finding me. My mid-range was working in the second half, so just stuck to that. But overall, great teamwork.
So you guys got that early lead. They kind of came at you guys there, especially in the third quarter. It's obviously not easy to get put on your heels like that. Just your thoughts on this team's response down the stretch to kind of keep their wits about them and get the win.
I mean, we got it done. It wasn't our prettiest win, but we got it done. Hit baskets when we needed to at the end, so great teamwork.
What did you think you've learned about this group here this weekend in these 3 games? I mean, obviously a tough one yesterday, but then 2 wins to kind of bookend it.
I mean, we're just competitive. You know, we're going to fight till the last second, even though we didn't get the win yesterday. We came back today, got the win. So we're just going to work till the end.
Some time off here. You have finals. Obviously a tough test against Maryland and the non-conference slate. But what can you guys take specifically from this weekend and use farther ahead once you get into CAA play, you think?
Gosh, a lot. I mean, we just had back-to-back games, in the CAA. You have a quick turnaround, so this is going to help us out for that. And just staying with it all 3 days, being locked in.
All right, that's Kayla Rolph. We'll have you hand the headset off to your head coach, Erin Dickerson Davis. Career high 21 from her. As the Tribe win this one 70-65, they go to 3-7 on the year, 1-11 now. South Carolina State now joined by Coach E. Coach, had it up to 19 at one point, used up about all that lead. I mean, South Carolina State definitely came out with probably their best offensive half of the season in the second half, but got the job done once again.
Yeah, I mean, it was a dogfight. We knew it would be, we are still growing and learning. I think I'll say the same things over and over. And then I think when we do one thing really well, then something else slips, right? And so today we shot the ball really well. I still think we're shooting too many threes for our percentage that we're shooting right now. But we made 10 of them today, so that's great. But then we gave up 7 to a team that averages like 2 or 3, and 2 or 3 of them were really timely at the end of the game, and that just hurts when they already have momentum. And then we just, I don't know, it's not that we got lax. I'm going to keep going back to the fact that sometimes we just get fatigued, and we're trying to figure out how to fight through that fatigue. But I'm super proud of how resilient they are. Yesterday was definitely an emotional tear. There was probably an emotional hangover today for our team just because of how hard that game was. We were up, we were down, we were back in the game. It has taken an emotional toll on us as well, and that's just as fatiguing as physical play. So I'm just proud of how we bounced back. I'm proud of our resilience, and I'm glad the break is coming. I'm sure they need it. We need it as coaches, but we also need this time to prepare for CAA play.
Career high 21 for Kayla Rolph. What can you say about her play today? I mean, just really whenever you needed a timely bucket, she had it.
Yeah, so Kayla Rolph was like 4 for 4 in the first half. And so when it came down to it and at the end of the game when we were struggling to score, I knew the ball had to go into her hands. And then her teammates did a great job of finding her in her position. Her hot spots are right at that high post, right at the elbow areas. And so they found her, and then she knocked them down. So I'm super proud of her. I'm sure that is the confidence that she needs. Going into Maryland. Yes, I don't want to just skip over Maryland, but conference is coming up before we know it. It's less than a month away. Yeah. And so I think everything that we do right now has to be preparing us for when we play Hampton.
10 different players scored, 8 different players in the first quarter. I mean, as we talked about, in a tight game like this, you need all of that. So just talk about the balanced scoring today, and you had some players come off the bench, have an impact early. Yeah,
so I was happy that our starters did what they were supposed to do in the coming out, to start the game. So by doing that, it allowed other people to get into the game. I knew that we would need our core, starting players toward the end of the game. So I tried to get them out as early as I could. And our freshmen came in. They haven't played a lot of minutes, but they came in and they did great things. They made a couple of mistakes that freshmen do. too. You know, freshmen that haven't really played a lot, they make similar mistakes. You know, and so they're going to continue to grow. The freshmen that I can tell you guys right now, like the freshmen that we have, they're winners. You know, and they don't take things lightly. They don't take minutes that they get for granted. They don't soak. They don't mope around when they don't play. They get into the gym, and so it's for them to be able to get into the game, get some minutes, impactful early minutes, and not just like end of the game minutes. I think it was very good for them as we again continue to get ready.
I mean, obviously, you'd rather not have the lead slip away, but is there something to take out of it in the fact that in the last 3-4 minutes, you guys seem to keep your wits about you once they had made that big run and finished this one off?
Yeah, so, you know, as crazy as it may sound, like when you haven't won, you don't really know how to win, right? And where that's a little bit frustrating is that I have so many returners who have won since they've been here, right? And so you hope that they kind of transition how to win into this. However, this team together hasn't really won yet. And so when we're up, when we have the lead yesterday, today, we don't really know how to play up. And, you know, that is on me. I'm going to 100% take that. You know, we do situations in practice every day where we're down, right? We're down 8, and we got to come back in 4 minutes and 31 seconds. It's right after a media, right? And so that shows us how to play hard when we're behind. But I haven't yet put us in a scenario where we are ahead 10 points.
Yeah.
And we have to keep the lead for 6 minutes in a game. And so, you know, I'm going to take that. You know, I can't just ask them to grow. As a coach, I have to grow too. And that's what I'm going to take from this tournament is that we had 2 games where we were up and almost we lost the lead against Longwood, and we almost lost the lead today against South Carolina State. So I'll make sure that I put us in position to learn how to win that way.
What did you learn about your team in these 3 games?
I think we're in better condition than they thought they were. You know, if we can play 3 games back to back to back, then you can go all out and give a shit ton of effort. I'm sorry for cursing. You know, you can give that kind of effort in just 1 game when you have off the next day, right? And so I think what I learned about my team is that we conserve energy a lot instead of just selling out and giving it all that we have. We kind of like wait around. We wait around. We jog a little bit, you know, and that is what we have to get better at. You know, playing 3 games back to back, that's really hard to do. So that means you are in condition to play really hard for 40 minutes.
That's head coach Erin Dickerson Davis. We will wrap up our post-game show next. William & Mary wins this one 75-65 against South Carolina State.